Hello, Stampers! It is Elizabeth, and it is Sunday, December 3rd, 2023. It is 8 p.m., and I am here with day number 3 of the 12 days of Christmas. I am all ready for bed. Makeup's washed off, teeth is brushed, and yeah, so once I'm done here, it's going to be hard. I'm going to tell you, this week is going to be very hard, and you'll see the decline throughout the week of my energy level. And because like I said before, hi Emily, I'm a early to bed, early to rise kind of girl, so this is going to be a struggle for me this week. Weekends not so much, but the weekdays, yeah. Anyhow, I'm so happy. I've got some eyes on me. Today we're going to be making something with 5 Ferrero Rocher, and I'm surprised I have 5 left because I have been into them. I'm just pulling it up on my iPad just to see if there's anyone there, because I don't always see when people comment. I don't know, sometimes, like Emily, I can see her if she's on YouTube, but if she comments and she's on Facebook, there is a little thing when you look in the description that says, please allow Ecamm Live access to see your name. And that way when you post, I'll be able to see your name. And once you do it, unless there's been an upgrade to the software or something, it stays. And Deb Smith-Doyle, yay! Thanks for joining in, Deb. We are going to be making something with Ferrero Rocher. So yeah, I'm happy that you're here and that I have eyes on me. So I spent the day prepping. So I have, oh my gosh, day 4 done and ready to go. Day 5 is done, ready to go. Day 4, I'm getting them mixed up, but one of them is a card, another one is treat packaging. The card is different. I really liked how it turned out. Non-traditional colors, and we will be using the aqua painters. So yeah, I really liked how it turned out. So I hope you guys do too. All right, so it looks like that that YouTube is the place to be. That's where people tend to go, which is good, because like I've said before, I'm just actually looking here, that's where the better streaming quality is. Okay, let's get into it and see what we're going to be making tonight. I'm going to go overhead. There we go. And so look, I have 5 Ferrero Rocher. And what are we going to make? I'm impressed too. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when the end of the week comes, how drained I look. We have a work party on Thursday night, and I think there's 600 and some odd people that are coming, and we still have some prep to do for it. So I know there will be a couple of late nights this week, and so that's why I've said at the beginning, that's why I picked 8 o'clock, because I know I'll be home by then. All right, so here's the 5 Ferrero Rocher, and what are we going to be making? We are going to be making a Ferrero Rocher wreath. Isn't that sweet? So I've incorporated the tag from the sending cheer. So it's this tag here, and also the hoe here, though, and so I've stamped it 3 times in red and green, so it's ho ho ho. And then the twigs of the branches are from the joyful dies. If you don't have the joyful dies, anything that has branches, there was a punch at one point that had branches. If you don't have this tag, use something else, but it's just the idea that I'm giving you on the Ferrero Rocher wreath. I thought it was really sweet. All right, so it is a little fiddly, I will admit. So I have a piece of cellophane that I have already cut, and this is just off of the, let me just pull it up here, one of these long cellophane basket wrap type things, and it is 16 by 6, 16 by 6.5. You don't have to be precise. And then we are going to put the Ferrero Rocher on here like this. And as I was getting ready to do this, I thought, what I might do, I might put a glue dot on the bottom of each Ferrero Rocher. They might stick a little bit better. So they don't, as you wrap it up, so they don't fall. So let me just put a glue dot on the bottom of each one. I'm going to put it here like that. I have to replace it. I see things, you know, on the World Wide Web, and I don't, there's no instructions with them, right? So I create my own instructions. And I love Ferrero Rocher. Oops. There we go. Okay. You have to leave space between them. Oh, maybe this wasn't a good idea. You have to leave space between them so that you can tie ribbon. In this case, I'm going to be tying some of the Simply Elegant twine. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, maybe using the glue dots wasn't a good idea. Okay, and if there's not enough space between these two, I'm just guessing at it, guys. There's no rhyme or reason. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up this side like that and roll it around like that. Okay, and I am going to tie both ends, but you know, oh, I just had them out. I am going to put a little clothespin on that end. And see, this one came open. And I'm going to put a little clothespin on, or bulldog clip on this end, like that, okay? All right, and now I've got my Simply Elegant trim. And I've got too much space in here. So I am going to fiddle with this just a little bit more. Like that. Okay. All right, now I'm going to start tying it. You can probably be more accurate than I am with the spacing if you want it to, but I think you'll get a similar look. I'm just going to take this Simply Elegant trim and I'm going to knot. When I was making the sample one, I was knotting too tight and the knots were ripping. So I'm going to knot that and I'm going to double knot it, and I will cut them off afterwards. You know, if you found something that was like a one of those bags, you know, the bags that you can get that you put treats in. If you could find one that was 16 inches, probably by 2, it might be easier than doing it with the basket wrap. This would make a really cute gift, again, because, you know, Ferrero Rocher are not cheap, right? So maybe a teacher's gift, or a Secret Santa gift. I know I'm cutting them a little longer than necessary, but that's okay. I could have done 2 of them with that. Okay. Right now I'm just going to trim them off a little bit. And then I'm going to do the 2 ends, and then you bring them up together. There we go. And I'm going to do this end. I'm doing the ends just so that they don't, because I am going to wrap them up together and tie them, but I just don't want it to fall apart. Or I don't want the Ferrero Rocher to fall out. Okay. So there you go. And then we're just going to pull it up like that. And you know what? I might be able to do this. Since I've got extra here, I'm going to use the extra on that side just to tie it together. Now, you would have thought that I planned it that way, but I did not. There we go. Okay. And now I can trim those down a little bit. Okay. And now let's do some stamping. I have the little tag already cut out. And on this stamp, I've got ho, but I'm going to stamp it 3 times. And let's see what I did. I did twice in green. So I'm just going to do ho, and then ho down here. That. I do have my chamois here. I'm going to clean that off. And there were a couple things that I saw that I thought, oh, I really wanted to create them, and oh, they are not working out. So I have to go back to the drawing board. But that's why I'm doing this, and you don't have to, right? Okay, so there's the ho, ho, ho. And now I'm using some red ribbon. I've got some red ribbon up here. I didn't cut it off. Okay. I've got some red ribbon. Dum, 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 dum. Chat amongst yourselves as I try and tie a bow live. Whenever I have classes, whatever, usually there's one person that will say, will you do my bow? And I usually don't have a problem doing bow, but when you're doing it live, that's when you have a problem doing a bow. And everybody has their own way of doing bows. And you know what? Whatever way works for you is perfect. Okay. I got the bow. Like that. It's cockeyed a little bit. There we go. I'm just pulling the string, the loops left and right so that it sits properly. Okay. Now I have die cut out 2 of the, I don't know, pine boughs, and I'm just going to glue them to the back of the tag like that. It just sits easier. And just make sure you're not gluing over the hole that the ribbon's going to go in. And one more, like that. And another piece of this Simply Elegant trim. You can tell I love this stuff, right? I have used this on so many projects, but you guys know that. And I'm going to tie it around here like this. I'll bring it down. And I'm going to just make a bow knot this time. So a loose knot with a bow. And because it's got a natural curl to it, this trim, kind of looks fancy. Hold on, I'm stuck there. There we go. When I say fancy, it curls naturally. So, and there we go. There is my Ferrero Rocher wreath. Now this one, I tied the wreath, the Ferrero Rocher closer together. So you'll see that there's more room up at the top here, which I prefer. So just keep that in mind. And I will turn these to the back. I'm going to turn the knots to the back so that they're not visible, or not as visible, and then cut them down a little bit. Or if you want to, you could leave these long and have them twirly as well. There we go. It's getting stuck in the bow, in the pine bow. One, and then pull it this way. They just weren't even. There we go. Now I'm happy. There it is. That's so cute. I know. Thanks, Deb. I'm glad you liked it. It's simple. It's really simple to do, and it's a great way to present Ferrero Rocher. Like you can see, I tied these ones closer together than I did this one, which, you know, in hindsight, maybe it would have been better if it was closer together. But you get the idea of how to do it, and the pros and cons, right, of doing them closer together. But you've got more up here than you do on this one. That was so simple. 17 minutes, folks. 17 minutes. That's pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. And the hardest part, seriously, of this project is cutting the basket wrap. Because when you've got a whole long thing of basket wrap and you've got to cut it, and the measurements again were 16 by 6, between 6 and 7. That's the hardest part of the project. So I hope you like it, and I'm glad. If you say I'm impressed, here, look, another great project. Oh, look at this, what I can do. Emily says it's another great project. Yay, Emily. And look, Deb says, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it. See what I can do? Anyhow, thanks guys for checking in. Tomorrow night, I can't remember. I think it could be a card. It could be the card. I can't remember. I've scheduled a few of them. So it might be the card, which I really like. It's a little different, not regular colors. Like, it's not your normal colors, but, and using the aqua painters. All right. Have a good night. You know what I'm doing. I'm off to bed. Take care. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.